It's that time again. It is Friday, May 20th, 2022. Oh man, what a crazy week. Yeah, I tell you what, it was very eventful. I'll give it that. And I mean that in a good way. And excuse me, and a little bit in a bad way as well. And I'll explain to you here shortly. But anyway, how are you guys doing? You guys ready for the weekend? Ready just to break loose and just chill out? Oh man, I cannot tell you how excited I am that's the weekend. But at the same time, there's so a lot going on my end. But all good things, really. I think mainly the big thing is my father is back on his boat, and he's like I prepared that boat for hurricane season, so he's over there, and we're here in G Town, really Colorado, and my sister and I are taking care of my mother, as I've mentioned before, and she used to have her medication every 2 hours, so during the day it's fine. At night, that's a little challenging. So basically, what happens is that my sister goes to bed at 8. Then my sister gives her 8. Then from so it's every 2 hours. So 10, 12. Is that right? Yeah, just about. Yeah. So it was so like from well, I guess sometimes I give dates too, but either way, so for like from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Yeah, 8, 10, 12, 2. That's 4-hour shifts. And so I have to give my mom her pills on those schedules. And then my sister wakes up and I go to bed. And then she wakes up and then my mom gets her 4, 6, 8, and 10. So it's gonna work. And next week is gonna be a little excuse me, challenging because my sister has to help her boyfriend up in Wyoming and I have to and that's okay. I understand, things happen, things pop up. And so that means that I'm going to be spending 48 hours making sure mom has her medication. So that's going to be challenging, but yeah, it'll be okay. My mom actually had a good night last night, so it wasn't too bad. And thanks to the Kardashians. Anybody watch the Kardashian show on Hulu? I started it last night, and oh my goodness, I stopped watching because my time was up, but for giving medication. But the last episode I stopped watching was when Kendall and Scott were arguing. So we'll see. I'm afraid if I turn on, I'll fall asleep because I'm a little bit tired, but that's all right. Well, let's see. So, did you guys have anything exciting going on at all this week? I think, quite honestly, the only exciting thing I've had going on this week was getting that biopsy done under my left armpit, and it went fine. The procedure went fine. It wore me out though. I was shut down for the whole day when I got home, but that was Wednesday. Thursday I was fine, and then today, Friday, I'm a little out of it, but that's okay. But the good news is that with actually yesterday, actually, I got the results back, and it's not cancerous by any means, so we're fine. So that's a blessing. So I'm just waiting to hear back from my rheumatologist to see what she says about what we should do because is it next Thursday? I believe I have to be up at Fort Collins to get my whole left arm checked out at the orthopedist from the shoulder down to the elbows. Same story, different joints, and that's okay too. It's better than knee pain. I'll give it that. But I'm actually excited for that one. So, but anyway, they wanted to get the biopsy done early because just in case if I need to get surgery, they just really want to clear that check that area to make sure. And yeah, again, everything's fine. What's really cool about the biopsy too is that they actually put, like, when you take your animals to the vet and they get microchips. Okay, get this. If you understand what I'm getting at, okay, that's awesome. Because they had to put like a small piece of titanium in my armpit. It's like a chip. So like next year when I get my mammogram, that chip will show on the X-rays, and that's just an indicator, just to let them know, hey, we need to keep an eye on this area and all that jazz. But I thought it was close to some way a microchip in some ways. Oh man, what else? Let's see. Smoking. See, we actually heard back. sister and I, we heard back from Smokey's veterinarian late last night, and it turns out, okay, Miss Smokey, yes, Miss barks a lot. You guys hear frequently on this podcast, regardless. She might have Cushing's disease or pancreatic. Oh, I can never spell. No, I can never spell this. Hang on. Pancreatitis. Is that close? Pancreatitis. So, my goodness, sorry guys. Pancreatitis. So either way, she has either Cushing's disease or pancreatitis, but the veterinarian is fairly certain that she has Cushing disease. And so but fortunately, the veterinarian, she's just great. I used to work with her back when I was an account technician at a veterinarian office. She's awesome. I trust her, but she's so good that we have to wait 6 months. So she's so in a good way. Smokey's not in pain. I'd rather keep it that way. But man, I tell you what, being animal lovers is not easy because at one point we do what you call it, we do set ourselves up for the inevitable when they get older and get sick or whatever. So that's just hard. It's hard for me because Smokey's my girl. She's a loyal dog, and it was fun. Speaking of Smokey too, and this is actually a great example of kind of dog she is. I mean, yes, I mean she has hip dysplasia, but by gosh, she's still rolling. I love that dog. But anyway, when I came back from the biopsy procedure, I was greeted by Mr. Journey. He was happy to see me. And then Smokey, she saw me. She kind of just walks very slowly up to me and just sniffs me. And she looks at me like, "Oh no, what happened? Are you okay?" She's like, "Do I need to bite somebody?" I'm serious. She has that look like it's kind of like she understood something happened. She goes, "It's okay. I'm right here." And I'll tell you what, every time I went to the bathroom and all that, I could hear Smokey behind the door going like no, it's like she makes that noise, no, sniff noise. I can't do it like her, but it's just that she's sniffing. She wants to know if I'm doing okay, and then she'll guard the door. And if I'm in a different room, she'll follow me. So it's like she knew something was up, and that's what I love about her is the fact that when you're down and out, my goodness, what was that? Mom's okay. That was just Walker. It's that when you're down and out, she's always there. So she's like me. We have bad joints. We have arthritis or whatever else, but yet we're still rolling. So I can relate to Smokey. Plus, she has a horrible case of white coat syndrome, and that's relatable in many, many ways. But anyway, yeah, so something with vibes to Smokey. She's a good dog. I love her very much. She's 13 years old, of all things. So, oh my goodness, they grow up so fast, I tell you. All right. Well, I do have something exciting. Now I can finally say this. I have my ticket to see Brad Paisley at our Stampede next month. Yep. I finally, I will be at the Stampede on June 24th. That's a Friday night, and I'll be watching Mr. Brad Paisley. So I've been waiting a long time to see him. Oh, geez, he actually showed up at our Stampede. Oh, I need to look this up. Brad Paisley. It was the year when he released his album Ticks. I'm looking this up because Ticks release date because it's a great album. It's a fun song too. It's like cover you with Ticks. 2007. Wait. Oh snap. Yeah. Oh man, now I'm trying to remember when he. Oh man, I can't remember now, but some roughly around when he released his Ticks album, around that time frame, which was 2007. I'm like covering you with Ticks. But I tell you what, though, regardless of what year, but I should remember this, but I can remember the Monkeys date, but I can't remember the in year. I just remember that. Oh, that is sad, 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 sad. But anyway, yeah, and so it's been a while since he's been here. I almost got to go, but they were sold out so quick. The concert was. And now I kept telling myself, "We're going this time. And we're gonna like it," and we did. We got tickets, so we're good. Plus, I'm not in the cheap, cheap seats either. I'm not in the box seats. I'm not in the standing room. I'm not in the uh, other party zone where it's just like smaller chairs you sit on. No, I'm gonna be in the grandstands. So I'll be there. We see, like, if you guys, anyone of you decide, hey, I'm gonna go see Brad Paisley, you might want to jump on it. And if you do, if you see a person just, swinging a leg, swinging your, moving your head, just singing your heart out, yeah, that's me. So there's a couple good songs by Brad Paisley I like too, but he'll be a spotlight on the show when he gets closer to the Stampede, I think. But I could tell you my very first Brad Paisley album was Mud on Tires. That is a great record. Little mud on the tires. It's a dark night. Yeah, I could go on forever. All right, so yeah, that's what I've got. Alice Cooper is set in stone for me, so we're good there. Toby Mac probably won't be happening because I don't know what on earth is going on. Just hanging out for. See, yeah, I know Mickey Dolenz will be, I think, in North Carolina on July 22nd. So he's releasing some later dates. So yeah, you know me, I'm watching those suckers, and that's okay. Takes time for good things to happen. All right. Well, I do have some music news for you, and this one was really unfortunate. I don't know if you guys even heard this. It happened. Yeah, it was about. Yeah, here we go. I'll tell you. It's about a fire in a record studio. So it says here, according to the Washington Post, Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, Amy, escapes Hollywood's studio fire. My goodness, people are jabbing today. Los Angeles. Yeah, it's happened in Los Angeles. So Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, Amy, and her producer escaped a Hollywood recording fire that killed another person, her mother said. Sharon Osbourne. The fire erupted late Thursday afternoon in a two-story commercial building, and it took 78 firefighters more than 50 minutes to extinguish the flames. Los Angeles Fire Department spokesman Eric Scott said in a statement, two people reported respiratory symptoms related to smoke exposure and were evaluated at the scene, but both declined to be taken to a hospital, Scott said. Sadly, one person was found dead inside as firefighters searched the structure, Scott said, adding that no firefighters were injured and the cause of the fire is under investigation. One of the two survivors was the elder daughter of Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne. Sharon Osbourne said in an Instagram post, here we go. Amy Osbourne, 38, and a producer she was working with were the lucky two out that made it out alive, Sharon Osbourne said without identifying the producer. It is utterly heartbreaking that someone lost their life today in this fire, and we are sending our prayers to this person and their family, Osbourne said, adding, our prayers go out to the family and friends of the person that lost her life to this senseless fire. Amy Osbourne is a singer who releases music under the name ARO, her initials. She did not take part in the Osbourne's family's reality show. Okay, no, this is actually, it's really cool. Unfortunately, not the story. I mean, the story itself. I'm sad for whoever lost their life. Of course, my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone. But I really like the journalist who wrote this article because I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, people. I know I'm going a little off track, but it just kind of just hit me right in my mind. That while I was in journalism writing class, my professor told us to write in a like a nut paragraph, like you have important, the top, the most very important on top, most important in the middle, and least important on the bottom. And this whole and the whole the Washington Post article is just spot on as a nut graph. I was just like, well done. Oh. So yeah, well done to who wrote this? Let's see. Well done writing by the Associated Press. So good job, guys. Good journalism. Nice to know you guys can write properly. Very nice. All right. Well, I suppose we'll go ahead and do some shout outs. Now, I'm sorry, guys, too. I know I don't have a lot of the, I don't sound as energetic or whatever, but please know I'm here. I'm giving you guys what I've got. And, but yeah, again, it's okay. I'll be fine. Don't worry a thing about me. I'm good. Seriously. All right, so let's go ahead and roll the shout outs. I tell you what, Royce and Blue Mars, I tell you what, they're just like, oh, I don't know how to even explain them. I mean, in a good way. Well, maybe, but but I tell you what, they're amazing. Very knowledgeable people, and they just have fun. So if you guys have nothing to do Sunday night, check out Royce in the House on YouTube. He's live 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, my time, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then 9:30 Eastern Time. And they're just fun, just very knowledgeable guys, funny. I don't know, Luke keeps having me in stitches. He made a weird face. He made fun. The way his eyes like shot up last Sunday cracked me up. I don't know. You have to watch it. I'm not gonna talk about it on the air, but it's what he said about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like dying. Yeah, yeah. But in all seriousness, it's a great show, and yeah. And Royce is also a really good friend of mine, and he and his wife Betty are great people, and yeah. So and Lou's also a great friend of mine, and yeah. So check it out if you want to see it. Check out, see what it's about. Next shout out goes out to Dan McNew of Dan Just the Facts, and I tell you what, that guy's awesome. He's awesome. He's cool. And he was on a show last Sunday, Russ in the House, and that was fun to hear him and hear his knowledge and all that cool jazz. So yeah, if you go on his YouTube page, just the facts, ask Dan. He has some great stuff on, great content, great historical content up there. He even has like public domain movies and great video footage of concerts and stuff. And he was also really good friends with the late Dimebag Daryl and Vinnie Paul. So and there are great stories about that from him. So check out his YouTube page. And lastly, the other shout out goes to my sister-in-law, Stefani Stoddard. She has a business on Facebook and TikTok called Luca and Lily Boutique, my niece and nephew, which I could see in August. I can't wait. And yeah, she's just, I don't know what they're doing, to be honest, but I know she's busy with her artsy stuff, and she's very creative. Stephanie is, and she's also a great cook. She's not afraid to show recipes on her TikTok. She loves her seafood, so I'm really hoping in August we will have seafood. Oh, I'll probably be the only one eating it too, but that's okay. I'm a game. Just don't touch my lobster. That's all I ask. I will literally stab somebody on the hand with a fork if they touch my lobster. I'm serious. I'm that territorial sometimes. All right. Well, before we start off, so I guess there wasn't really a part two to Van Morrison, Bryce Dallas Road, and Jim Carr. I'm sorry. Dark side of the road. Yeah, dark side of the road. I don't think there will be a part two because I really did cover. Who's that? Cover. Oh, give me a break. Whatever. Google's being opinionated. But it's like I can't remember. It's like Carr. It's like Jim Carr. I think it is. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. James Carr. Excuse me. Dark End of the Street. I don't know why. I might see. Even when I'm not there, my brain's like wired differently. I'm sorry, guys. My apologies. But yeah, the dark in the street to the bright side of the road. I don't think I'm gonna do part two on that because I pretty much cleared it up. At least I think. Not that I think about it. But I tell you what, the James Carr, the Dark in the Street is really good, and I can see why that really was the kickstart of his career, and then with Van Morrison's Bright Side of the Road. I thought it was pretty cool because it was a reference to that song, but in a way, more Van Morrison made his own create his own sunshine with that song. So it's just good. It's like I can't help but to sing along and dance. And my dance moves are coming back. You should see me dance, but you never will. But but yeah, it's great. Both songs are great, and both artists are just fantastic. So it's amazing what you can learn from songs like that. And so today's topic, I thought we'd talk about songs that 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 we didn't know were connected. So why don't we go and start off with this article? I'm not gonna show it to you guys because of the logo, but called whatculture.com. And there's an article that says some songs you didn't know were connected. For samples to covers, there are many songs that you don't know are linked. And this was July 15, 2020. So, and this is cool. And I was looking through well, there's another list I'm going to go through as well. And but this list, it was kind of interesting because I didn't really think about it till I actually saw the list. And then, thinking about it, I'm like, uh, no, I can see that. So seriously, in the comment section, when I say these things, please let me know what you think, because I don't know, I think these are kind of interesting. And the way the writer, Dylan Walker, writes this article is pretty good. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and scroll down. Number 7, The Strokes, Bad Decisions, and Billy Idol's Dancing with Myself. This is interesting. So let's see here. What's this here? 2001 was a big year for the Strokes, having formed in 1998. Their debut album is proved to be a big success. Listening back to now, you can hear why. Each song is excellent, and there isn't bad moment. Dude, killing me with your writing. And there isn't a bad moment during their whole thing. It is a compliment to the band's cohesiveness. It was sadly relatively downhill after the debut. The follow-up, Room of Fire, was warmly received, but all subsequent albums were seen as lacking in what made their first so great. This was until 2020's The New Abnormal, which saw the band back on good form. It seems that for this album, the band saw inspiration in many places, one of them being in the music of Billy Idol. Interesting. Bad Decision, the album's second single, sees itself being fully influenced by Idol's music, with the chorus melody being taken directly from Dancing with Myself, Idol's song Dancing with Myself, which was released in 1981. Interestingly enough, Idol's version is itself a remix of new wave band Gen X's song of the same name. Interesting. Yeah, are you guys like Billy Idol fans? Billy Joel fans? Oh, Billy Idol. Shut up, Caitlin. All right, so all right, number 6, Arctic Monkeys, Arabella, and Black Sabbath's War Pigs. And one time too, my former music professor said War Page. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it's Pigs. Page. I'm like, dude, you're so wrong. Arctic Monkeys were riding high in 2013, hot off the release of their hit album AM, and in a successful headline of the Glastonbury. The band were arguably at their peak. Of course, they had released 4 albums before AM, with none of them being duds, but after 2007 favorite Worst Nightmares, they were beginning to become a little predictable. Both Humbug and Suck It and See were sonically rather similar, and both failed to shine in the same way their what's up with these big words? Predecessors did. This all changed with AM, which came packed with pounding hits that were catchy and instantly recognizable, the biggest of which was Do I Want to Know, a fantastic rock tune built around a solid riff. It is clear that AM It is clear that with Am, the Monkees saw influences from classic 80s rock tunes, and nowhere is that more clear than in Arabella, the album's fifth single. Music fans will instantly recognize the main riff as that from Black Sabbath's anti-war tune, War Pigs. The combination of monkey styles of the monkeys, the monkey styles and Sabbath's riff results in a solid rock song that feels both vintage and fresh. Interesting. All right, number 5, Kesha's "Take It Off" and the No Dude and the Arabian riff. Kesha, yeah, I know who Kesha is. My siblings love her. This is an interesting one, mainly as the you have most certainly heard the Arabian riff before. Stop. Sorry, guys, it's Dude. The melody is one form or another has been around since the mid 1800s. It was most famously performed as the Streets of Cairo or the Poor Little Country Maid by James Thornton. The name Arabian riff originated as the melody was often paired with aesthetic that was vaguely Middle Eastern. The melody has been used many times since. Artists such as Mike Snow and Fiona Apple have both used it, with Apple using it on her signature songs Criminal. Probably the biggest artist to use the song is American pop star Kesha, who utilized it in her song Take It Off, with the chorus directly following the melody with a little vibration. Well, aside from the lyrics about taking clothes off. That was the accent in the original. It is a catchy melody, yes, but seeing it climb to the top of the charts is impressive. I know who Kesha is. I'm not too no, she's not my favorite, but she's pretty cool by any means. All right, next number 4, Muse's Citizen Erased in the Globalist. Interesting. Muse's origin of cemetery days seems so far away now. Looking back, it is interesting to see how they have evolved over time, going from a Radiohead alternative rock band to the poster boys of over-the-top prog rock. What's prog rock? Is that even a thing? I had no idea. Oh, and their tendency to believe in crazy conspiracy theories. They may have been known as Radiohead Light, but did Tim Yorkie ever cancel a concert because he thought a meteorite was going to kill them? I don't think so. Of course, Muse today are more pop rock than anything, with their latest album, Simulation Theory, containing some of their more radio-friendly songs to date. It's important not to forget Drones from 2015. I actually remember this. Muse's attempt to harken back to their prog rock days. It is an interesting album, even if it does mostly fall flat on its face. One of the more intriguing songs, album closer, The Globalist, actually has a direct link to the origin of symmetry. Symmetry, interesting. The Globalist, not counting the, what's up with these words? Exogenesis? I don't know, sorry, I apologize. Symphony is their longest song, clocking in over 10 minutes. Along with this, it's also a narrative sequel to one of Muse's most beloved songs from the origin of Symmetry, Citizen Race, with the song's narrative being a continuation of indoctrination narratives set up in that song. The result is definitely a mixed bag, but it is nice to hear Muse not just continuing the musical tradition of their past, but also follow through some of the stories they set up. I'm well aware of who Muse is. I never really got into their music per se. It was kind of like out of my elements. I mean, if you guys understood, then more power to you. Number 3, Radiohead's Creep. I'm a creep. Sorry, Boo. I can't get that out of my head. I'm sorry. So Radiohead's Creep and the Hollies, The Air That I Breathe. This should be more interesting. It is ironic that Radiohead's most popular song also happens to be the one they tend not to play live. In fact, back in the mid to late 90s, Radiohead outright refused to play the song altogether as it became sick of people who just turned up to hear it. Nowadays, the relationship between the band and his song is somewhat more relaxed, with the game played more often. It is understandable that Radiohead aren't the biggest fans of the song, considering it is one of their most simple simple tracks. Compare it to literally anything on OK Computer, and you can see why they may not. You can see why they might not enjoy playing it. Funnily enough, the vocal melody, one of the song's most distinctive elements, didn't come from York or the band. It came from Holly's The Air That I Breathe. After a lawsuit, Albert Hammond and Mike Hazelwood from the Hollies ended up getting co-writing credits along with some of the royalties. Interesting. I see. I didn't know that. I'm a creep. It's a good song. I mean, it's like a doom song, like a doom song. It's almost kind of like. I mean, Radiohead was okay. It wasn't my thing, but there's some songs that were pretty decent. All right, so number 2, MF Doomsday and Say's Kiss of Life. I have no idea who these people are. MF Doom is one of the best rappers around, whether he's performing under King Karada, Victor Vaughn, or with uh, or along with other names I can't pronounce it. Sorry. He has proven himself to be one of the hip hop's most creative voices. This creativity can be seen in his extensive use of samples and loops. Many of his songs will contain intros that sample shows and songs from decades prior. Beats and loops will be taken from other songs and transformed into something completely fresh and different. This can be seen on one of his most well-known songs, Doomsday. The song contains both the beat and the vocal refrain of Say's Kiss of Life. But Doom doesn't just use it to make the song sound pretty. He transforms it in order to give his flow more room to breathe. Of course, Doom changes the lyrics from I swear the whole world could hear my heartbeat to I swear the whole world could hear you. MC, a clever lyric change that hides the themes of the song. Doom is the best MC. Hell, the whole world can hear him. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I'll get back to you guys on that. That'll be another show for another show, but I am different. I mean, I don't know. Okay, now that I think about, I've heard of this rapper before, and I don't know. I beg to differ. It just popped in my mind the last second. I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard of you. I beg to differ. All right, so number 1. I don't know who this band is. All right, so number 1, Kraftwerk's The Robots and LCD sound systems get in Cumulus. I don't know what you call that. I don't know how you can pronounce these words. Bear with me. If James Murphy's LCD sound systems frontman is known for anything, it is his massive record collection. He makes references to it in the band's sentimental songs. Losing My Age and his musical geekiness can be felt in nearly everything LCD does. Who can forget the Bowie inspired All I Want or the Talking Heads infused All My Friends? The man knows his music. I never heard this person. The musical diversity and knowledge can be heard in band's opening track to their immense second studio album, Sound of Silver. The track in question flows like it came right out of the 80s. The revolving bass line along with the pounding beat. It all feels inspired particularly by Bowie and later. It's dance music done right. The beat itself is actually sampled by Kraftwerk's song The Robots. Although Murphy has sped it up significantly, the result is this song that feels like it needs you to dance along with it. And if Murphy could do one thing, it is to make people dance. I never heard this. I know what the Bowie song he's talking about, but I never heard this song. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, I think, how like people can really notice differences in songs while you're listening. Like yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think so far? I apologize. Like there's some bands and artists where I'm like, oh, like oh, I don't follow. But it's I like learning this stuff because it really makes me think. Because I know at some point in my life I've liked songs that sound like others or like other songs by different artists or that are connected. I'm just not really have been attuned to it, and that's okay. That's the beauty of learning. All right, so next up, we're gonna do hopefully something a little bit better here, at least from my understanding. It was a lot of brain picking on the last article. I don't know what it is, but that was a lot of brain picking, people. My goodness. All right, so next up is on tonedev.thebrag.com. 12 songs that sound suspiciously similar to other songs. It can be pretty hard to come with original ideas sometimes. So we looked at 12 songs that sound a little too close to others for comfort. Ah, this sounds pretty cool. Check this out. Nirvana, Come As You Are versus Killing Joke, 80s. While we hate to accuse one of the most original songwriters of his generation as a plagiarist, I guess why would we say that? One can't deny the similarities between the riff to Nirvana's classic single "Come As You Are" and '80s by UK post-punkers Killing Joke. Both songs even have the same watery guitar effects. Besides, it turns out the band knows the similarity too, and were weary of releasing the track as a single for just that reason. Of course, the track did eventually get released as a single, and sure enough, word got to Killing Joe, who decided not to file a copyright claim. Interesting. I never heard Killing Joe. All right, here we go. Tame Impala, yeah. Feels like we only go backwards versus Pablo Ruiz Oceano. Remember the absurd controversies around no. I'm just saying no. I don't remember. Just bear with me. Remember the no. Remember the absurd controversy surrounding these two tracks. Tame Impala's Kevin Parker was accused by many of he's been accused of plagiarizing. Of course, I can't pronounce that stupid name. I apologize. Of course, this was all nonsense with Parker himself believing it was all some big joke. So it's saying that the chorus both do follow. So with both songs, the chorus follows a very similar vocal progression pattern. Some might even, if some people, who writes this one? But some people have said, I'm gonna paraphrase it. And some people have said that the vocals on both tracks are like the same. Let's put it that way. Oh, now this is interesting. Coldplay, Viva la Vida versus Joe Satriani, If I Could Fly. Now, one of the musical world's favorite punching bags, Coldplay. Yeah, along with Nickelback. Punching bags. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Nickelback. I like Nickelback. I don't like Coldplay. What about you guys? You guys like Coldplay? Comment below in the YouTube comment section, please. We're hip. Okay, so now, one of the musical world's favorite punching bags, Coldplay, were hit by Joe Satriani for apparently ripping off the legendary multi-instrumentalist track "If I Could Fly." So much so, in December of 2008, he filed a copyright infringement against Coldplay, who naturally denied they taken from his 2004 track. In the end, an out-of-court settlement was agreed upon between both acts. I don't know if I can pick that up. Oh, here we go. Deep Purple, Smoke on Wire versus Astrid Gilberto and Gil Evans, Maria Quiet. Yes, it's the first riff that every guitarist plays. It's the riff that I know these songs, so I can actually relate. It's a riff that anyone who can only kind of sort of knows how to play guitar is able to play with expert proficiency. It's the riff everyone cites when someone asks what the hell a riff is. It may be, it may just be the single most famous riff in music. It really, 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 really sounds a lot like Maria Quiet by bossa nova singer Astrid Gilberto and pianist Gil Evans. But it must be coincidence, right? It's not like Deep Purple's keyboardist was a jazz band who came up by playing jazz clubs. So basically what they're saying, Well, basically, what it's saying, like that, smoke on the water. That's what they're saying. They're saying that riff is in Deep Purple. Got that riff from Gilberto and Gil Evans' song "Real Quiet." You got me on that one. Oh, okay. Check this out. Metallica and okay, stupid chair. Sorry, guys. Ooh. Metallica, Enter Sandman versus Excel tapping into the emotional void. At this point, we sort of like to apologize for ruining everything. Well, yeah, you don't ruin everything. Blah blah blah. Okay, so I guess we'll start with that. At this point, we sort of like to apologize for ruining everything. Yes, the single most famous guitar riff in rock history is very like a rip-off of an obscure jazz tune, but surely one of Metallica's crowning achievements is an entirely original composition, right? So do you think that's true? Yeah, Metallica's so like Enter Sandman is original composition. Well, check this out. While that may not be so, since the song's release, many have noticed striking similarities between the Trash Legends' timeless riff and the riff from Tapping into the Emotional Void by punk metal fusion band XL, who even considered legal action, though nothing seems to have come about. I mean, it's not like Metallica are known for being, yeah, whatever. I'm not sharing that. So basically, hell, I know that other song too. It has like a little bit of similarity, but I'm not saying like, yeah, it's the same thing. It's not. I mean, really, seriously, look it up. Just look it up. Metallica, Enter Sandman, and then obviously you know that one. Then just look up Tapping into the Emotional Void by Excel. Look up that one. Listen to the guitar riffs. They kind of sound like the same, but they're really not. People are making a big deal out of it. They really are. I mean, it's stupid. Come on. Creep versus Hallways. We did. I'm skimming now. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's do this one. Green Day, Brain Stew versus Chicago, 25 or 6-4. This one is likely unintentional. Well, it is unintentional. This is stupid. As we reckon, I'm sorry, people. Billy Joe Armstrong and the boys were too busy listening to the likes of the Replacements and Descendants to paw through the parents' record collections and find this classic Chicago cut so they could rip it off. That said, the opening chords of each song sound remarkably similar. It would hardly be the only case of plagiarism ever to hit the band. Online commentators have accused the band of ripping off everybody from Bryan Adams, the Kinks, to the Hives. So they're ho ho. So there's a rumor going around that like Green Day has ripped off, plagiarized from bands like Bryan Adams, the Kinks, and the Hives. I'm like, even Chicago. It's a rumor. You can't really say, oh, they did this, they did that. That's just a rumor. There hasn't been anything known about Corey or whatever, but interesting. I don't know. Hope it's not true because there are a couple songs of Green Day I like. I hope it's not true, seriously, because that would be well sad. Don't you think? I think that would be sad if it was true. I'm just going through this. I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, okay, okay, cool. Let's do this one. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Donnie California versus Tom Petty, Last Dance with Mary Jane. The late Tom Petty has made headliners before his quiet legal action against Tommy. Sorry, guys. Legal action against Grammy Award winner Sam Smith for the similarities between the song "I Won't Back Down" and Smith's hit "Stay With Me." Wait, did anybody know that? Stay with me. I won't back. Similarities. That might be an investigative one I might have to look into. I'm serious, I'll do it too. But it's hardly anyway. But it's hardly the first time listeners have no similarities between Petty's work and the song scaling the charts. In the early 2000s, many claimed that the Strokes had ripped off Petty's opening to American Girl note for note. Meanwhile, the Red Hot Chili Peppers were also suspected of pulling from Petty's '93 tune "Last Dance with Mary Jane" for their hit "Down in California." In this case, even the lyrical subject matter is pretty much the same. Okay, I heard both these songs before. I do like Red Hot Chili Peppers because I am a California girl. But the lyrics are the same, but I don't think they're ripping off me. I don't know. It's hard to say with this one. I don't know, but I think just looking at some of these articles, I'm like, are you kidding me? You guys ripping off each other? That is so sad. I don't know. It is sad though. I mean, I've heard some legit stories of it, but I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm scrolling down the list, guys. Yep, that's it. But anyway, stuff. It just surprises me. Like, I mean, yes, I understand that songs are like that. Songs sound similar based from the vocal standpoint to the instrumentation to the lyrics to the theme. Okay, fine, but other bands plagiarizing, like, I don't know. It just that's inane to me. That's really silly because it's like, why would you waste your career plagiarizing from another band just gain more success? You know what I mean? It's stupid. It really is. And I really hope half the stuff that I just read to you guys is not really true because I honestly do not see Green Day being plagiarizers. I do not. I don't at all. It's unfortunate. It's sad it has to be that way, but I really like the fact too, is like there are bands out there who mentioned the songwriters of the songs that made them famous. That's important. Give credit when credit's due. But seriously, stealing like perhaps the same guitar riffs or the vocal arrangements to even if the lyrics are different, but it can still have the same meaning, that could still be like plagiarizing in some ways. What do you all think? I don't know, but I'm kind of curious about the Tom Petty and the and was that Stay With Me, Sam something. I can't remember now, but well, I'm gonna check that one out. Maybe that'll be good next week's show. I don't know why. Now I'm kind of curious. I don't know. I really hope Green Day isn't a victim plagiarism. I mean, not victim, obviously they're the aggressor. So I was like, I kind of hope they're not a plagiarizing band because there's some really good songs I really like about them. I really do. All right. Well, I'm going to done picking your brains for today. So, hey, everyone, stay safe, stay healthy. And by the way, enjoy your weather because I don't know. Well, see, I've been living here in Greeley, Colorado for, oh, well, 36 years or so. And so, it's been in the 80s, hot, hot. And now we're expecting a snowstorm to roll through. And this isn't surprising, but it's just like, man, it's like the very last late snowstorm we had in May was Mother's Day back in 2015. So, oh geez, I mean, it did snow here once too in June. So, but anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. So anyway, stay safe. Have a beautiful weekend, and seriously, don't plagiarize anybody. That is just wrong. I don't care. I do not plagiarize by any means. I don't want to. That is just bad. Plus, judging by the media law class I took, um, like 2 semesters before I graduated, yeah, the outcome's not very pretty either. So stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you guys Monday. Bye.